So before we go into the demonstration of how KlayOracle works, I would like to discuss about the component itself. So as you can see, KlayOracle is written in Golang, and there are a couple of components that need to be noted here. The first one is the adapter. The adapter is where you define how offline or off-chain data should be collected. An example is KlayUSD adapter, and you would see the way it is here. There are different properties of how an adapter should be. There is the status if it's active. If the active is false, that means the node will not load it. There is a job type. There is the adapter ID, which has to be unique. Title string length. There is the Oracle address, which has to be a deployed Oracle on KLAY blockchain. And to deploy an Oracle, I will show you that shortly. And then there is the field itself. While defining the field, you can define as many off-chain data, and then there's things that we call the reducers in the field, such as parse, multiply, add. There are a couple of reducers like that determine how the node acts on the off-chain data. For example, for crypto compare, this particular URL returns JSON data, as you can see, and once it returns JSON data, this is the JSON part to retrieve the data, which is raw KlayUSD price. And same thing applies here. You can pass in header, keys, all of these things, right? And you can have like as much possible adapters like defined. That's the first part. The other part is the CMD. There's the CFD part, which is the clock part, which you can use to interact with your node, create account for your node, do several things. And then there is also the node itself, where everything happens, and there is the contract here that has the Oracle contract, which you would have to deploy. All right. So now let's get into it. So the first thing you would have to do if you want to run a node is to clone this repository. So the first thing you do is clone this repository. Then after you clone this repository, the next thing you would have to do in order to be able to use this is to install this command repository. Let me show you that. The point out is, because this was written in Go, you would have to run go mode tidy in order to be able to install like all the packages and dependencies. You have to run go mode tidy from the root of the KlayOracle protocol. You have to run go mode tidy. Afterwards, once you've done that, like I said, you have to run go install cmd clock, just like this. Once you run that, like in the root folder, after you run that, you can confirm that the clock command is working and running by running clock help. Give me a moment here. I'm trying to, how you can do that is do clock help. You will get this. Once you get this, then you can confirm that the clock command function is running. That has been built and it's working fine. So after you have done that, the next command you have to run is clock node account create. What this does is it creates an account for your node. It needs to create like a wallet for your node. You want to create a wallet from your node and saves the key store locally on your server, right? Which I would like to show you like shortly. And after you do that, you need to run clock node account info to be able to get like the information of your account of your node. You need to like do that like anytime. That gives you information. So for example, if I run clock node account info, what I will try to do is give me the address of the node and give me the current balance of the node. And it's important that you fund the node, because without funding the node will not be able to carry out Oracle requests. As you can see, the balance of this is 149 for this, and if I click on this, you can fund the node. KlayTin has a faucet that you can fund the node from, so just simply do that. This is on Baobab testnet. So now, once you have all of these functioning, right, the next thing again that you have to do is you have to, like, after you've defined, you know, the jobs, you define the adapter, you define the jobs, you have created an account for your node. Now you need to run clock node watch run. Once you run this, what this would start doing, it will start watching for requests from your job. That's exactly what I will be doing. So any Oracle request that goes to your node, then it will start fulfilling it. But because if you run that from the command, we cannot detach. What our advice node run to do, and which I'm doing, is I'm using supervisor D, a program called supervisor. Supervisor makes that just work. If I show you the config for my supervisor, but before showing the config for my supervisor, another thing that you have to do is you will have to add the parts of the clock command. If this is not working, you have to add the parts for the clock command. That's very, very important. So in order to make that work, what has to happen is cards. Let me show you. Cards dash let's go profile. Yeah, that's it. You need to add the parts like this to your Go workspace. I need to add the parts to the clock command and the root bin where the clock command is being installed. So that being said, again, let me show you the configuration for my supervisor. So here is cards etc supervisor dot conf. Yeah, as you can see here, I have like a process running every time, which here I define the process name, the directory should be my KlayOracle directory, and then the command is, you know, full part to the command run watch. You can auto restart two number of processes running. So that way, if I run till KlayOracle job, alright. So let's see, till Go workspace KlayOracle. You see, it is listening for Oracle events. So now let's see how that works. Let's try to, from my smart contract, get the price of KLAY USD. So I have my ID open. Now you need to understand that the Oracle has been deployed. I'm using existing Oracle. I don't want to go ahead to deploy Oracle just in this demo. So I'm using like existing Oracle that we have. We have two price Oracle deployed. Currently we have KLAY USD deployed, and then we have Remix USD deployed. So here is the Oracle exact ID, and if I come here to this sample, let me switch my wallet to the Clayton network. A function that says request KLAY USD, and you need to have like a callback function also right here, and then this is how you interact with the Oracle address. You have to do Oracle address or new Oracle request, and you're going to pass the function selector to the function is going to call to set the price, and then you pass, this is the contract address you call, and the data ID. Alright, so let's deploy this smart contract. Alright, it's been deployed. So I come here, and then let's see, here we say request KLAY USD right here, and what we have to pass here is the Oracle address and the adapter ID. Similarly, deploying a particular Oracle is also like very, very simple. There is the existing smart contract you can just copy to use. You don't have to write the Oracle contract yourself. You have to use kind of like an existing one. So far you have like your node functioning. Even if you don't have your node functioning, you can have someone else, you know, use your node. You can have someone list your Oracle on your node. So this adapter, and then I come right here. So transact. let's see how the node handles this. While this is happening, let's see. Tail, let's keep tailing this. Oh, you see that? You see that? Tail. Yeah, tail. It's actually fulfilling it. Tail, tail. Yeah, that's it. So here, if I take you through, you would notice that what's happening here is when I tailed it right here, you see it is saying asset ID, base ID, KLAY, like this is what you got, and rate this is like the job, see, node Oracle called, result for adapter, result for KLAY USD, all of this stuff, that's how it works, you know. I was just getting the log for the node. Yeah, so that's really how it does. And if I come back here and I click on price right here, yeah, see, two for all of this, right? So the point is, in the adapter, you realize that one thing that we did in the adapter is we cannot return like fraction. So the adapter was defined to like multiply the results by a particular number of, you know, about 10,000 or so, so as to like maybe 10,000 a million, 6 decimal, so as to like remove the whole zeros off. All right. So you just need to on your front end maybe just divide by the zero so as to get the data. So that's how it works. You can watch like more videos or read the documentation for KlayOracle to get full understanding.